This is YCS Hartlepool. I'm Calum and I am showing my 60 card Abyss Actor Metalfoe. So basically you start off with the basic staples, so free stealing, free Volflame, free silvered, free gold drivers and free Bismarck gears. Some people run 2, I run 3 because it helps in the 60 card, it's a searcher basically. So next you run 3 superstars. So in scale he's basically, you tribute an Abyss Actor and you get to add an Abyss script back from graveyard to hand, but on field he searches it out. The main card I'm just running in the deck is a Abyss script, Rise of the Abyss King, and basically if you've got him on board, your opponent can't activate in response to that spell, so you can just pop anything on the field and that just makes sure nothing interferes with it. Plus it's a beat stick and it goes into the rank 7 plays with Volflame. I run 3 leading ladies, so basically in scale, if my during battle, if I take any battle damage, I could make my opponent's monster lose attack equal to the damage I've just took, or add an Abyss Actor monster from extra deck to hand. But on field, if I take when battle damage is inflicted, I can target one face-up monster and decrease its attack. But also if it's destroyed by card effect, opponent's card effect or battle, it allows me to get Rise of the Abyss King and set it directly, so it completely drags out the spell from the deck. Same as that, it's just simpler. 3 Sassy Rooks. Basically in scale, if you pop it, you can basically pop a level 4 low on your opponent's side of the field, but if it's destroyed you get to special summon a level 4 low, so you usually spam out a Wild Hope and then do a search thing. It takes 2 attacks to kill it, so it's basically a bit of a grind game card, and it's also a bit of a stall out. Also used for rank 4, and it's also decent for scale 2, because if an Abyss monster would be destroyed you just pop this instead. You play 3 Wild Hopes. He's the searcher. He searches out your Abyss monsters. He can also change an Abyss monster's scale. So if you've got another scale 2 Abyss monster, you can use him, change it to scale 9. But you can only special summon Abyss monsters. If this is popped, it gives you a search. If it's destroyed by battle, it gives you a search. It can gain 100 attack for each Abyss Actor monster on field with different name, and gain 100. 3 Bababoon, it's staple, it basically is a draw return. 1 Rabbit, banish it, get 2 gold drivers. Maxi, staple. 1 Fusion, you use Foolish Burial Goods to dump this and get a draw, but you also tend to use this more than anything else, like couple turns. You play 3 of this to dump Fusion and get the draw, or you dump Spiritual Swords, and then Spiritual Swords becomes a battle fader for a turn. So 3 Painful, just a search to add to hand. Dark Sandshrew. Now I find this a decent tech card because basically it's a heads and tails. If it's heads, it negates the attack, your opponent's attack, and your opponent takes half damage equal to half your monster's attack. If it's tails, it goes through, but it's such a good stall card and a defensive card. It's really good in the deck. It has saved me so many times, but it's funny as hell. 3 Ignite Reloads. It's like Magical Mallet, except you get a +1. I run 3 Unexpected Die because if I can first turn, if I get that in hand with Bababoon, activate this, get a gold driver, then Bababoon, and you just plus instant. You play 3 Rise of the Abyss Kings because the first effect it does pop. But if it's popped while it's set, you get to add 2 Abyss Actor monsters with different names from the deck. I play 3 because you easily just go through them like crazy. So 3 counters because on your opponent's turn you can just plus off that or break even. Plus it's great for recovery. 3 of this, it's a searcher, but you can use the field effect, it's just rarely you use it. And you play 3 Spiritual Swords of Revealing Light because you can use the field effect, it's just very costly. What you do is you activate it and pop it, and then in Graveyard it becomes Battle Fader, so it makes life really funny. If your opponent's going to try and OTK your turn, you just banish it and just give yourself an extra turn. So, extra deck, I run 2 Alcahests. Basically, you fuse into it and you just grab an opponent's monster. You occasionally go into it if your opponent's going to do something like summon Dino tokens and all that, just fuse for that. A 3 Aricalcs. Now, if I'm going second and my opponent just sets, I will try possibly to get into that first turn and get them for at least 5,400 damage. I run 3 because it's like running 3 MSTs, so I can pop anything on the field. But what I could easily do if I wanted to do a fusion combo is have that on the field, another Metalfoe monster, fuse, summon another one, use its effect, pop something on the field. So you just run through these like wildfire if you want. 3 Mithril because it's staple, you run 3, it's a bounce and all that. I run 1 Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon because with the Vol Flame and Super Sight you can go into this very easy. I think one game I went into it first turn and burned my opponent for 3k just sitting on this. It's just simple to make, it's a rank play, 7 play. Big Eye, it does the same as Alcahest, but if I can't go into... No, not Alcahest. Yeah, Alcahest. It basically takes a monster. It's a rank play 7. This I'm playing just for now, but I might replace it with something like a Tornado Dragon or something along the lines. This is a stable, and to be fair, it wins games. It's still good at winning games. It's funny when you use it. It gets rid of a special summon monster. That's going to be a pain. So Heartland Draco, if you've got a scale up and you've got a field spell up, basically it can't be targeted for an attack, and you just detach and you attack your opponent for 2k straight. It steals games at times. Castell. So my side deck for now, I'm going to do some changes, is 3 full metal fusions. I just side them because I find if the only time I really want to use them is if I know if Metalfoe fusion is going to get banished or something, or I'm going to have to go into Alcahest more quickly. 1 day apiece because it's one of those turns if you need to keep yourself alive for an extra turn, it keeps you alive, and plus you both get a draw, so you break even. 3 Ghost Ogres because it's a staple. 3 Painful Escapes, basically what it does is you tribute a monster on the field and add a monster with the same original type, attribute and level but with a different name. So it's just an extra search engine. Turtle's the same, it's a search for like a level 2 or 1 Metalfoe monster, but I want to change it out for Heatwave because if you activate Heatwave at the start of your main phase 1, neither player can special summon nor special summon effect monsters, and that would be a lot more of a better stun for the deck. Then I run an extra Metalfoe fusion in case I'm going to have to go against someone who's going to banish one of them. I have a spare one in the deck to keep the engine running. and I'm running Pot of Riches. It's just a add to deck draw too. One of the combos which I've kind of tweaked to do for link summoning is if you do 1 turn unexpected die, spam out a gold driver, and then get out a Bababoom, do Bababoom, draw to draw. Then you just get rid, link free first turn, and then pendulum something, and then go into Topological Bomber Dragon first turn. And if you've got a counter set, and if your opponent destroys another monster besides Bomber Dragon, special into link marker and just blow their field up. But I'll show that when I get the cards. Okay.